All right, what's up, speculators? Let's fire up the Futures Fanatic live stream for the afternoon of September 2nd, 2025. Want to remind everybody that this broadcast is for educational purposes only. The opinions expressed are those of the presenter, which is going to be me the whole time. And all trades presented should be considered hypothetical and should not be expected to be replicated in a live trading account. All right, thanks for the one for picture and sound. Yes, it has been a great two-way day for stock indices. Those that are in my trade room, we all did pretty well today. But as I mentioned in the title to this, it's a short gold crush. It is crushing me. I mean, when I say crushing me, these are sustainable, okay losses, but never fun to be in these positions up here. So I'm starting my Kerpos today, basically short the NASDAQ from anything right below VWAP here, which we're measuring right here. So we got, this is VWAP right here. Excuse me, VPOC, sorry, not VPOC. This is VWAP down here. This is VWAP. So I'm trading between VPOC and VWAP right there. See if they can close them weak. We have not been closing anything weak here in a while, but obviously big down day. And then over here on the tick blaze with the prop shop accounts connected, I am short in a bunch of accounts here. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I am short in, let me see, every one of these. Wanted to click right here. 9, 10, 3, 4. So my plan is to just double donkey at 3,600.
Order pending.
I'll be the first guy to sell 3,600 virtually. I am short in real dollars, real money from 38.86. Excuse me, 35.86s. So that's about $10 going the wrong way. So today, normally on these streams, I just watch the Dow Jones, but I've been involved in the NASDAQ today because it's just been kind of an easy trade. Snuck down a little earlier to get into the bid zone here. So I was buying it in the bid zone and covering up there. So overall, not too bad. Let me move this over here. So that's what we'll watch today. If it's your first time joining this stream here, generally I can answer some questions. Sometimes I'll have some themes going on where we're trading one of the copiers. I don't have any of the copiers on today, not testing any of the copiers, just watching this gold market. You know they want to do a print there at 3,600. I think I left a buying gold and selling treasuries. Well, they're not really selling treasuries. I mean, not substantially. Treasuries, of course, are going to be a two-way street, right? Driven partially by the rate. The rate and the buying or selling pressure determines the rate, but the rate sometimes determines the buying and selling pressure. It's a constant loop, a constant fun loop. I'm fine to sell the 112 puts on the ZN for this week. I need it to get down to 112 and break below. So for those that are watching the treasury markets, that's kind of the look right here. We're in a bear neutral pattern. We just got on the other side of the T line here. This would be our offer zone up here, where we look to initiate shorts or take profits on any kind of longs. And you can see we're just in the process of sort of round tripping this move. So it's been nice. 111s to 112 half, somewhere in there. And really not a whole lot of movement today. We have a decent amount of economic data this week, but nothing that's really geared up to potentially move the treasury markets too much. So again, my Kerpos, which stands for current positions. Kerpos equals short NASDAQ and short MGC. So one controllable, the other one just a runaway train. Runaway train, never looking back. Runaway on a one-way track. No, I've not given up on Thor. I just have so many things going on that I'll get to it again. So I've not given up on Thor at all. They have a new release coming out. Some of you know that I'm working on getting this Quant VPS thing set up. So there's just a lot of moving parts. Speaking of moving parts, we have this extreme turn sell condition still present in gold, so it's still present. So what we're doing is we're waiting for the end of this candle. We need this condition to come off, and then we can short. But as long as it stays here, it's so good, it's bad, it's so bad, it's good. You do not want to be initiating new short positions here until this signal goes away. So if you look over here, I don't know if you can see, this is a double bar. The condition was present there, and then on the next bar it went away, so there's your short. So for members of the group, there's a lot of training on this. Hope there's not anyone out there in prop programs trading full GC contracts. You'll get absolutely destroyed or slaughtered one way or the other. But with micros, you can take some heat on this. There has not been any opportunities really to gracefully exit the whole session, though, unfortunately. Quick around the horn, S&P is hanging right around VWAP, so in balance, VWAP is right here. VPOC is down there, so here's VWAP, here's VPOC. So this is an area to look to initiate some longs here at 63.93. If we have a break above and close above that level. Dow Jones, VPOC and VWAP are right around the same area. It's putting in a nice tradable profile today. Those that were in the trade room, we absolutely did not, unlike getting crushed on a gold chart, we crushed the Dow this morning. That's the instrument we should be trading if you're doing these prop programs. Took it into the bid zone again here this afternoon at around the 10:30, 11 Central. But here's how we open. We were trading down here in the bid zone, and I scalped for about $100. People were asking why I didn't hold it for up to here. That would have been great. I'm not too concerned, but we did go up and hit here. So all of this with a 2-lot on was good for about $200, if not more, maybe $300 if you held a 2-lot. If you traded around a 3-lot or anything more, could have done even better. So that's the look in gold, in the Dow. So as I often say, the opportunities are generally in the morning more so, but we'll get together in the afternoon to shoot the shit. The training on the extreme turn indicator, if you're a member, is in the learning center. So you go to the learning center. Let me take us up here real quick. So on the website, you go under resources and then training and courses, and you log into the learning center here. Let me see if this brings up my non-administrative login. Maybe it does. Yeah. Nope, don't want that one. Let's try this one. Nope, that's not the good one. I have no idea. I don't have a login for this. I log in on the back end as an admin. Anyway, you find it right here. Find it right there. So sizing is covered in my ebook. So if you don't have the ebook, you can download the Prop Done Right ebook, and I do cover appropriate sizing. For the MES and the MYM, on a $2,500 account, which would be the $50,000 account, working with a $250 to $300 daily risk budget, yeah, you can do about 1 to 3. 1 to 3 on the MYM, probably 1 to 2 on the MES. And remember, that's in one account. Learn how to manage it in one account, a lead account. I used to say just buy or start with one, but I really think we're in a world now where if you can afford it with these deep discounts, you know, Apex, their sale ends today. If you want to get it, so support my channel, my stuff. Offset all the lovely people who have nasty things to say about me online. TDG Fanatic, you get 90% off, 80% recurring, so you buy a few of them. Then once you learn how to manage risk in a single account, when you're ready, you can be copying those exact same trades. You're managing risk the same way, but now you have a 2 MES position on across 3 accounts. You're really trading a 6 MES position. And you can do some damage with six micros. So this will be my opportunity to point out what I've mentioned multiple times before when people then start to get into, but the commissions will kill you and the slippage and all. First of all, would you stop with slippage on demo accounts? I don't even know what you guys are talking about. You don't know what you're talking about either. You honestly don't. Whatever fills you're getting on the NASDAQ on whatever platform, they're not that realistic anyway, so you don't even know what the fills are. The NASDAQ is a pretty illiquid market, the MNQ. It's horrible. Sometimes has 6 tick spreads and things. So you have no idea what the fills are going to be. So don't worry about that. On the use limit orders. If you're not going to use limit orders, if you want to get short, sell the ask. If you want to get long, buy the bid. If you want to exit a long position, sell the ask. If you want to exit a short position, buy the bid. There you go. I just got you some price improvement in demo land. But when it comes back to the commissions, I don't know how many times I need to mention this. You actually save money trading micros on commissions versus minis. Are you ready for this? What? Huh? Is it what? Ask me, riddle me this, Batman. Is 2 micros less expensive in terms of transaction costs than 1 mini? I'm talking about in the real world. I don't give a shit what they are in prop land, but I think they're pretty close. Is 2 micros less in transaction cost than 1 mini? Yes, the answer is yes. Now, the second thing is, can you buy 1 mini? Yeah, you can in a prop program, but can you buy 1 mini in a real account? No, so it doesn't matter. As I've said before, you don't have the right to get a volume discount to buy more leverage for less money. Since you don't have that right, then don't worry about it. It's not even a factor. I love the fact that there's people out there coming at me all the time, sometimes just questions, other times just adamant about transaction costs associated with these prop programs. It's frickin' silly money. It doesn't even matter. What are you guys on about? I don't even understand. You're worried about the fractional additional amount of simulated commission that's eating into your simulated profits? I'm still waiting for somebody to make a sound argument against anything that I ever say, honestly, because you're wrong. You are wrong. Been doing it way, 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 way longer than you. Have made more trades than you'll ever make in live markets in your entire career already. So just go with what I'm saying. Do minis cost more as for transaction costs than micros do? Of course. So what? That's what you got to trade if you want to have success. I track my commissions in the prop programs. I have them in an actual column in my P&L each day. Let's go back to the NASDAQ, which is creeping up and has given me a fill.
Order submitted.
If it goes much above this level, I will stop it out. In fact, I'm probably just going to take one here if we can.
Order filled.
Just to scratch. Maybe we don't. That's right.
Order
Use the code,
filled.
get lots of cheap accounts, and trade like a drunk squirrel. We are about to hit 3,600 on gold.
Order filled.
All right. Short of 3 lot. How could it possibly work out?
Order filled. Order
I'm putting
pending.
a multi-day winning streak in my wire-to-wire
pending.
challenge accounts at risk by double donking
Order
into
pending.
gold. But maybe they retraced from 3,600. They said go up there and test it out. All right, I'm only shorting these 2 accounts. These blue sky.
Order filled.
Blue sky.
Order submitted.
The entry here was from VPOC, which is this yellow line right here. Your next level would be way up here at +2s, which is 23,307s. Let's see if they can keep it down just a little bit. All right, I think I've finished my point on transaction costs. Now I want to make one other point. Transaction costs are a huge part of trading. Okay, they're a very big part of trading. You need to be aware of what your transaction costs. You should use a trade journal and import everything that you possibly can, and be aware of what transaction costs are. Because when you add up NFA fees and commissions, that's another thing that's important for. I have a lesson in my Futures Foundation course, which is free on my website. An entire lesson where I go into all of the actual transaction costs that make up that fee that you see when you're trading. Because it's more than just the commission, right? If a broker is saying they're charging a 55-cent commission on a micro, when you add everything up, it's more like $1.25 because there's NFA fees and there's CME clearing fees and then there's commissions. The brokers cannot do anything about the fees that are not the commissions. And then most of the prop programs are just sort of estimating. So last time I checked, it's like $5 round trip for a mini, maybe $2 or $1.50 for a micro. I'm not exactly sure. But you do need to know what your transaction costs are, of course. Now, the next thing is the type of style that I teach and show in my trade room and that you'll see here. For some people, it's super active. It looks like active drunk monkey squirrel trading in too many trades. Okay? But what you do not want to do is optimize for less trading just to avoid transaction costs, or be concerned that you're over trading if a market regime or strategy is appropriate to put on trades. Push the button every chance you get if the market's moving quickly to levels that you want to do business. Okay? One of the approaches that is very, very toxic, and I know it sounds positive, but it's actually toxic, is people convincing other traders that more is less or less is more. It's not. What it is situational fluency. It's being situational every day as much as you can. And that includes situations in which you shouldn't trade at all. Situations in which you shouldn't trade at all. Situations in which you should trade quite a bit. Now, ultimately, you should also have this self-awareness and additional situational fluency, this self-awareness to know when you are indeed over trading, when you are putting on more positions at levels that don't make sense, that are not part of whatever your predefined framework is. Okay? So for one moment, gold went down $1, just for a moment. I see some questions there that I'll answer in just a moment.
Order
I'm dropping
filled.
some knowledge here. But under no circumstances should you optimize or try to optimize or make decisions in trading based on transaction costs. You need to be aware of transaction costs. You need to know what your average transaction costs are for how you're executing a strategy. But don't optimize around saving money by missing out on trades. I do not have any update on prop shop in the EU. I wish I did. Brick size and trend threshold for M&Q 16.4. It's not always. I'm using a 16.4 now. I traded an 11/2 for a while. You can create what's called a super trend if you want, where you have a much, much bigger bar. So whatever you like to use. I wouldn't necessarily say that commissions are tax deductible. They're not tax deductible. Futures have inherent tax benefits to them in terms of the way a certain percentage is taxed as short-term capital gain. As long-term capital gain instead of short-term capital gain. But your P&L is net of the transaction costs. So I guess you can kind of look at them as, but no, you don't break out your transaction costs and offset those as a business expense, even if you're trading under business entities. It doesn't work like that. I wish the Nasdaq would suck it a little bit here. Not so much. Not yet. What's going on with gold? More buyers than sellers. That's what's going on with gold. More buyers than sellers. Right. If you're asking about the nature of the renko bars, you can change them just so you see the visual price patterns different. But the renko bars are not necessary to trade the stay in your lane strategy. Someone just mentioned they use minute bars. I use minute bars over on TradingView because you don't really have. So for instance, here I'll bring it over here. Let me take you up here for just a moment to TradingView. Okay, so this is the stay in your lane on TradingView. And see how well we've stayed in the lane? See how much money I made there? It's 63.95 all the way up to 01. Oh my God, it was $30. And then now this should be down here. This would be the -2s and the -1s. By the way, this is a real account with real money in it. And I trade it the real way, the exact same way. It was $7,800, which, by the way, is bigger than any of your prop programs when you're first starting out in terms of real money. As I often say, would you or should you ever have $7,800 of your real money and use even more than 5% of this as your daily max loss? I hope not. $350, something like that. Anyway, these are just 5-minute bars, and you can trade them using the stay in your lane. The nature of the Brickwick bar doesn't matter at all. So on this NASDAQ short, if we hung out here for much longer, in fact, I am going to close it in these two accounts. So I'm going to just close it. Okay. So I'm flat the NASI. We'll just wait and see if it creeps up to. So what we'll watch now is just this short gold. So I'm short a 3 lot in gold. And we're in hope and pray mode. No, we're in graceful exit mode. Like any meaningful retracement. So if you just did a measured move, this is what it would be. I need something like this. I'm not going to get jittery, but like just that's all it's given us right now, right? Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Yeah. Okay, so this is what the Brickwicks are good for. They give you these kinds of patterns. So if you measure that move and this one and this one and this one, can we get one to at least there, you know? We'll see. So far, it's been a while, but we'll see. If it's your first time here, or if your first time ever on this stream, say hi, say hello. You stumbled into Micro Madness, where we trade micros across a variety of prop accounts so that we're using leverage across accounts instead of over-leveraging ourselves in any one account. It is extremely different than just putting on the equivalent size in one account. Hello. What's happening, LT? What's happening? All right. I'm going to get short here tactically on the NASI again, right just above VWAP.
Order submitted. Order filled.
And be very impatient with it.
Filled.
Starts to move. Because this is kind
filled.
of a little bit of a line in the sand.
Order submitted.
They buying NVIDIA. Buying back some NVIDIA. What does help is to have have a watch list up on some platform where you're kind of looking at some stocks too. So Netflix is up nicely today. NVIDIA just got above 170. I was saying today that you could kind of just track the NVIDIA chart and have a decent sense of what's going on with the NASDAQ, right? Found some lows right in here, and then there goes the NASDAQ. Get some tops up here. Looking on it on more like a 30-minute. Yeah, we got a ways to go. Probably has some trouble up here around 173, and then that puts the NASDAQ up. So if we come back down here, I did just short this NASI right around VPOC. Be great just to have two-way the whole day, not just right back up. No, Brickwick is what I refer to as these bars. They're called renkos. They're just renkos, modified renkos. But along with a guy named Roger Felton and some other people, me and my trading partners basically came up with this stuff. So you're welcome. Everyone uses it now. There's even people that call themselves Renko Kings and all that stuff. But you owe a lot of this to a guy named Roger Felton. He originally came up with this. And his programmer is actually a guy named Rod, not me. I can't program for shit. But the name I gave them and we gave them was called the Brickwicks because they form wicks. The standard Renko never even had a wick. They've added wicks to some of the Renkos, but the standard Renko bar always was just the Renko is Japanese for brick, right? So Renko. So that's the name of these bars. And you can get them for free from Ninja and install them into Ninja, or you can get them on TickBlaze just by installing our desktop.
Order filled.
Okay, a little sleepy. Might get some movement here. My KERPOS stands for current positions. I'm short the MNQ and I am short the MGC. And there's a good chance that because of this gold short, we're going to turn a otherwise solid green ass day into a small red day, but that is fine. The red and green lines. Okay, these red and green lines, if you're referring to these right here, right? Red and green lines, these are swings. And another benefit of the Renko bars versus using minute bars is you're not going to get these swing levels in minutes. You can create swings, but you have to use way higher periods. And so this is a 13-period swing. Okay, so it just identifies these little micro points in which the market turned.
Order submitted. Connection lost.
So there's two ways you can get the Renkos. The easiest way, it depends on the platform. So one thing you can do is come over here, go to Try TDG, sign up for our trade room, and right down here, you can download the Ninja Renkos right here and install them. Alternatively, on TickBlaze, which I'll go to in just a second here. So on TickBlaze, it's a one-click install for this exact workspace. I was giving it away for free, but now I'm reserving it for people that take my trial or are trade members. And we're probably going to bring back, as new firms bring on TickBlaze, if you decide to go with a prop program from a new firm, I'll give it to you as just a bonus. But you do not have to configure these. You don't have to install these. They're just native to the TickBlaze platform. And this right here is overall, and the chart on the left, I know my head's obstructing a little bit. The chart on the left is called the range trader. This is an extreme turn indicator. This is also only available for members. There's gold going above 3,600 to the pain. I don't know which is worse to watch. I think gold for right now. So platforms that you can get these types of bars on are Quant Tower, TradeStation, Sierra Chart, Ninja Trader, TickBlaze, maybe a few others. You cannot configure these on TradingView. There's no third-party indicator or custom script or anything because TradingView does not give access to the raw tick data from TradingView, so you can't create this type of. Plus, I would suggest that they're data intensive, so doing them on any web-based platform is probably not going to do too well. So even if we can get them eventually on some web-based platforms, you're better off with desktop platforms. All right, other questions? Let me see here. I don't even know what funding ticks is, so not me. How are the prop shop accounts past going? Oh, it's going to take me forever. I'm doing wire-to-wire challenge, and I don't trade them that much in the morning at all. I'm just trading. I have 50 funded accounts from various firms, from about 8 firms. So I focus on those because I'm just doing this little challenge to show you guys that you can make X amount of money, maybe 1,000, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000, maybe 15, maybe 20, maybe 30, maybe 50. Depends on your skill set. Buying and passing and taking the time to have 40, 50 funded accounts is expensive. Shouldn't be for everybody. But when it comes to the prop shop ones, I'm sitting at about 103,000 on the first 100,000s that I bought. So we're halfway to the goal. Tasty Trade, I have an account at Tasty Trade, which is one of my tracking accounts. Funding Ticks is a prop firm. Okay, cool. I figured. Uh-oh. Everything going up. We got 10 more minutes till the market on close orders. Looking like I'm going to have to close these Nazi in just a moment. We'll see. We should be all right.
Order filled.
We should be okay.
Order filled.
Close some Nazi week eventually. Somebody, please. Come on now.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order canceled. Order submitted.
So the question, where could I set up the 13-period swing? So you just, on NinjaTrader, you go over here, you go to indicators, and it's called swing. Swing right here. See this? Click on that, and the strength is set to 13. Over here on Tick Blaze, you go to indicators.
Order filled.
And they have a swing point, and it's set to 13, and the dot size is 6. That's just the size of the dots, so it's not a big deal. So you want to set the swing period to 13. A couple more ticks, and I'm just going to close this gold trade in all of these accounts. So far, no retracement of any kind, no graceful exit opportunity, no nothing. It's just up, up, and away.
Order submitted.
If you watch my stream from last week, I was mentioning that you could implement this sort of soft max loss risk per trade that was just completely dollar-based, that had literally nothing to do with anything that was happening on the chart at all. All it was based is on your cost basis. Remember, cost basis is everything in trading, right? So for instance, on this gold, if I had a $300 daily risk budget, which I do on, it's actually a little bigger on these accounts, it's 600. But let's say it was 300, and I just wanted to say, you know what? Anytime I have a trade that's down $100, I'm just going to hit the close button. That's it. I'm not going to let any trade eat into more of that risk than is possible. And hopefully if Tick Blaze can get this thing fixed, we'll get to the point where it will properly manage the P&L. Let me just actually do it here. So in this account number 5, I'm just going to close.
Order filled.
And
Position
cancel.
Closed.
And that is
Order
correct.
canceled.
So I've lost $97. Not only in this, it's the only thing I traded was just gold. So we're losing $100 in every account. Let me do the same thing here. I'm just going to close it.
Order filled.
This account, we lost
Position
$78. This account, we'll close it.
Order filled. Position closed.
We lost $80. This account, we'll close it.
Order filled.
We lost $88.
Position closed.
And in this account, I'll just keep it for till the close. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get a move in our favor and we can improve on it a little bit. Who knows?
Order filled.
But does that make sense what I said? There are a lot of different ways to manage risk, but the way I teach it is manage risk as a percentage of, or thinking about always your daily loss limit. Because into session today, there was a couple people commenting about the way they were managing a profitable position. Trailed a stop too tight, took profits too early. I mean, we hear that, right? But you do not need to start your trading career, or even as you get more and more experienced, being too concerned with how you're managing profitable trades. I don't know why it is, but it seems like profitable, give me one in the chat if you agree with this. It seems like most profitable trades just work out quickly. Most unprofitable trades don't work out quickly, right? So there's an element of time. So as long as you can learn to look to gracefully exit, manage your losers, you will eventually find that the profitable trades will take care of themselves. But back to one risk management strategy on a risk per trade, don't let any trade eat more than 30% of your DRB. You can start there. All right, back to this NASI. It's coming in a little bit.
Order filled. Order filled.
I have it in
Order filled.
a couple of my PAs here.
Order filled.
So the next target would be down here
Order
at
submitted.
VPOC.
Order submitted.
Okay, so this is the last account that I have this in. We're going to go right to here. So again, down 86 bucks. We're still waiting for this signal to go away. So it ain't going to go away on this candle either. So silly to be trading gold at this hour anyway, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, what else do we got here? Do you trade on prop accounts or personal accounts? Both. So today I have 3 tracking accounts connected. That total of those 3 accounts is about $22,000. And then I have about 45 funded prop accounts connected here. All these PAs. Not 45. Sorry, I don't have I don't have Legends connected today. I don't have a bunch connected. I have maybe 20 connected today that you can see right there. All right, we got one more minute. The market on close orders probably won't affect gold that much. So I'll look to close this in the next 5 minutes or so, and we'll just be done over on Tick Blaze and Prop Shop, and we'll follow these over here.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, little pop for the NASI. Goes much higher, I'll just have to close these. No ads for me at this time of the day, even up those at that +2. So I'm just going to hit the close button here.
Order filled.
You can see that I'm profitable in all these accounts here.
Order filled.
So we're going to hit the close button there. We're going to hit the close button here.
Order filled. Order
Remember, a
filled.
lot of people are going to teach you that you got to have some sort of stop and
Order
target and let
filled.
it always hit stop and target. No, all you got to do is just not lose money. So we'll hit the close button there too.
Filled.
So essentially all flat except for short gold. So we'll just sit here and watch this gold trade for 5 minutes, and then we'll call it a day. How'd you guys do today? Again, the morning session today offered a lot of two-way price action. All right, go through these questions really quick. Place micro orders on the lines. Yes, that's correct. I answered the thing about live and prop. I was doing 25% ATR risk, and then I got slam dunk on my head with a loss of over. Okay. What copy are you using on TickBlaze? None. Not right now. I passed 3 of my 10 accounts, but it's hard to trade them without a copier. Do you have a recommended one yet? No, I don't. You can try. Obviously, if you're using Rhythmic, then your choices are the native ones for NinjaTrader if you have Rhythmic connections to Ninja, or if you can see other accounts, or you can. I'm not a legend today. No, I am a legend today. Sorry, I have 2 Legends accounts connected today. What kind of candles are those? I covered them before. Ninja Renkos or Renkos on their Renko candles. All right, I'm going to buy market here and just cover that.
Filled.
First green I've ever had on the screen, because from adding at the very top, 3,600, we top ticked it at 3,600. Please come down. Hope is not a strategy, but you know, I've done stupider things. Please come down. Finally, some profit taking.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Dumbass me in the olden days, I'd be sitting here with a position on and I'd be like, well, eventually some gold miners must want a hedge, right? Don't they want a hedge? Isn't that what the futures are for? Sell their future inventory? I'd be just making up shit. Clearly, they'd want to hedge at 3,600. Me knowing nothing about gold miners or their costs or anything. All right, look at that. This one we only lost $18. We only lost $18. So good on us. We got the NASDAQ not doing anything. But let me come over to Nazi here, and we'll show you the 3 lot that I still have on here. Come on, baby. I gotta make these. I gotta make these. We got a 3 lot there. We got a 3 lot here, right? Yeah.
Order filled.
So turn these green, meaning just losing less. Losing less. We're losing less. Sometimes losing less feels good, doesn't it?
Order filled. Order filled.
All right.
Order filled.
There we go. The good news is I top ticked it for now. We could close above this level for sure. Watch them just buy it back up. Buy it back up. Oops. Could you imagine what a solid green ass I would be today if I didn't trade gold short? Some people like to see this. So anyway, these are my results for today. So ate into some profit in a bunch of accounts these are all short gold positions, right? So maybe we make up for some of it. But anyway, the key is that they're all profitable, right? They're all above their starting balance. We're all within our daily risk budget. Everything's fine. Can I have 10,000 marbles, please? All right, get some questions in there because I'm going to end it right at, I got to take my lady to the airport. That's right. Yeah, Jakes, that sucks. You do this enough, and every possible combination of trade error you'll eventually experience. You'll experience every possible trade error you can possibly experience. And it seems like they never happen in your favor. But speaking of measured moves, if you're not greedy and it's always in hindsight, you see this is all that gold's given you, right? I was showing this on, this is all that gold's given you. So you got to take every single one and just limit your losses. And then, but this price action today is pretty wild. 10,000 marbles, please. That's from Animal House. They throw those marbles on the parade route. They throw them on the parade route so that the guard trip. Maybe they should do that in Washington, D.C. All the criminals can come out and throw marbles down, have the troops trip over them. This is what legends do.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, one more minute. That's right, Kevin Bacon. That was him. Kent Dorfman. What is data bento? I do not know. What is data bento? Oh, suck at NASDAQ, but not from, it's from higher prices. I was out right there, so I was done with that one. But yeah, little close lower on the NASI. By the way, Bitcoin traded nicely between VWAP and the plus ones today, so nice movement on Bitcoin. You can trade these same strategies using Bitcoin. All right. We're going to shore this up.
Order filled.
And shore this up.
Order submitted.
Oh, it's going the wrong way. All right, there's 1 o'clock. All right, that was fun, everybody. Total mixed bag for me today. That's what this will get you. But it's fine. Again, all within the risk budget. Amazing that it's not worse given that move in gold.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
So I'm just starting to close these.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order
And
filled. Order 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 filled.
okay, that'll be it, everybody. Stay green, trade like a minute. We'll see you at the next one. Be good. Bye-bye.